Welcome back, everybody, to On Pit Row. Steve Rockwitz and Charlie Turner with you live. Very happy to have on our bench racing hotline the driver of the number 13 Sealmaster Paving Products Toyota Tundra this week for Thor Sport Racing, Tracy Hines. Welcome to the show, Tracy.
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay, let's run down this here real quick, and I know we've only got about 10 minutes, so this may take up most of it. We've got USAC Silver Crown champ, USAC Midget champ, 86 USAC wins, 12 wins at Eldora. And here's the one that I think people having short-term memory loss may not realize. 52 Camping World Truck Series starts. You put all those things together, you got to be pretty geeked about having all those pieces to run the first dirt track race in NASCAR since 1970 this week at Eldora.
Yes, I'm definitely pretty excited, and thank Thor Sport for this opportunity. But like you say, with my experience at Eldora, I've been going there since about 1993. Been winning since about 97 on, or actually 96 on. So I've always taken to that track. Felt like Eldora has been my favorite dirt track for years, and to marriage the two together were, being able to get back in the Camping World Truck Series for a one-race deal at the track that I love. And, as you mentioned, I have 52 truck starts, 18 Busch starts, so a couple top fives in trucks. So we're not really a rookie to the trucks. People might, forget that, but we have had a lot of success there.
Now, by no means now do I want to equate these two things, but when I do television coverage down at Fremont Speedway, their dirt trucks run that track absolutely nothing like a 305 or 410 sprint car. So how do you expect the Camping World Truck Series trucks to run at Eldora compared to the open wheel stuff that you run there normally?
Probably, yes. I believe you're in the right direction there. It's probably not going to obviously be the same. We won't be a sideways or in yaw, as we call it, and they call it in stock car country. But you're still going to have to feel and learn the dirt and pedal the dirt and know when the dirt's going to change from, different aspects, from tacky to slick to possibly laying rubber down. I think from my experience there, I've drove modifieds there. I think it's going to drive more like a modified and probably 10-year back modified than today's standard modifieds. Because the late models and the modifieds today, they're all twisted up. Left rear end comes way up under it. It's a different type of car, and these Camping World trucks are going to be basically like your old style street cars. They're not letting them change hardly anything on the suspension from asphalt to dirt, so it ought to be interesting.
Well, there's so many unknowns about the race. What do you expect as far as the tire that Goodyear is going to bring there? Do you have any idea what you're going to be looking at before you get in the truck on Tuesday night?
Just what people have done testing. I feel like from what I've seen, it might be marginal on if it's going to be hard enough if it lays rubber. But that's just the unknown of racing. We run sprint cars 100 times a year. And when I bolt the tire on, I'm still debating if it lays rubber, if it's going to be hard enough or not.
Yeah.
That's kind of the guessing game of dirt, is you're trying to predict at the end of 100 and some laps what that track's going to look like, and you got to guess that on lap 0. So that's the difference between dirt and pavement. Pavement, okay, you're worried about a little about temperature, maybe a little bit of night to day. But dirt, it's a totally different aspect, and you're trying to have a premonition of what you might see.
Well, with that being said, how different dirt is, as far as you being a teammate to Matt and Johnny, are you able to give them some information on what to expect once they get in this truck? I know I saw some footage. I think it was Johnny was out at Oakshade maybe a week or so ago trying to get the truck out there, and I know they were battling some rain. How much information are you going to be able to help them before they have to strap themselves into that truck and go out there and try and figure it out?
Well, I hope a lot, but, it's kind of a wait and see even on my end. But Matt and I, we're friends, and we've talked extensively about it over the last month. And then, of course, any of the info that we've come up with, Johnny and his team can also have. But basically we're just using our best educated guess, stacking all my knowledge on the dirt to all the knowledge on the trucks, and hopefully we'll be able to help prelude even what's going to happen. Maybe try to see the rubber coming quicker, or know when it's going to get slicker faster. And that's really ultimately what we're looking for here, because all the teams in the Camp World Truck Series are professional race teams that are going to get it figured out. They're professional race drivers that get paid to go fast. So eventually everybody will figure it out. We just want to try to get it figured out before they do.
I'm looking down the list of dirt track ringers. We used to say road course ringers, but those guys kind of haven't done a whole heck of a lot. But I looked down at the group. Of course, you, Dave Blaney, Kyle Larson, Ryan Newman's going to be there, Austin Dillon, Scott Bloomquist, Ken Schrader, Kenny Wallace, guys who have got a lot of experience on dirt. Do you look for you and that group to kind of lead the way, at least maybe in practice and in qualifying?
Probably just early. I've heard the Dillons have tested a lot, so I've heard a lot of them have tested quite a bit. I would think the first few practice sessions, probably the dirt track guys. I would say Dave Blaney is probably the biggest sleeper. The 19 truck's been running really good, and Dave, of course, dirt track and with his Cup experience, is no stranger to all of the above. But and before we were talking about when you said some of the road course ringers, probably the only difference I can say is, say for me, I'm stepping in a third truck that one of the trucks have won 3 or so races this year. The other one's leading the points, so I'm stepping in some of the best equipment that can be out there. So that makes a huge difference on if you are skilled at one particular track or one style. If you can step in a championship-winning truck, that makes a big difference.
I know you like to run the high line at Eldora and push the cushion way up by the wall. Do you think that's something that'll give you maybe a different look than some of these other guys who don't have as much experience at Eldora, you being able to run up high?
Maybe, I don't think it'll ever be that type of track, but definitely understand the momentum of Eldora is going to help. And there will be others that figure it out even if they don't have experience there. But that is a place that no matter how much I'm struggling with my sprint car team on a short track somewhere, I can go to Eldora and we're top 5 chance of winning the race just because of my experience there. So, hopefully that'll move over. Time will tell. I guess we'll know tomorrow and on. But, definitely excited for the opportunity to try.
We're talking with Tracy Hines, who will be driving the number 13 for Thor Sport Racing at Eldora midweek. I guess for some of the other drivers who are so used to in the truck series, I guess maybe running Friday or Saturday, that maybe a Wednesday race kind of gets them out of their normal rhythm. But like you said, you run 100 sprint car races a year, so running on a Wednesday night's nothing new to you. Do you have kind of a rhythm, or do you have I guess I don't know exactly how to ask it. Baseball players talk about the fact they get it at the ballpark at 1 o'clock for a 7 o'clock game. They do this at this time, this at this time. Do you have a way that you attack a week, I guess, is the way to look at it?
No, I've always approached it for me as a job. I started when I first got into it. I looked at it in racing, how can I be better than the most? So I tried to learn the garage side of it, the shock side of it, and it's just became a job that I love. And I've always made the comment, I can joke and laugh 2 seconds before I put my helmet on, then it's just time to go to work, and no more laughing and joking. So for me, I don't have a ritual, I don't have a sequence. It doesn't matter what day we race, what we do. We travel all across the country and race sometimes every night of the week, or sometimes just once a week, so there's never, basically we just know when we got to go to a race, we show up and try to get her done.
Do you have a preference running dirt or asphalt, or you don't particularly care?
I used to love asphalt, and I was always good on dirt. Well, now our series has kind of converted more to dirt over the last few years. So, it's pretty much you have to love dirt because that's what that's what you're doing 80% of the time.
What do you expect from Eldora when you get there? First off the bat, when you get out there, the first couple of laps in the truck, what do you hope to do in those first couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 laps?
Probably just get the feel of it. I didn't get the test when the other guys got to. So just getting the feel of it. Just the trucks, since I was in them last, they're running a little smaller throttle body on their carburetors, so it's a little less power. So just getting the feel of it, and just trying to get comfortable. And if we are fast, hopefully, can relay that to our teammates.
What condition do you think Eldora would give you the best race? Something, kind of a sloppy track, something that's kind of hard and packed in, anything that you think would be most conducive to the best racing?
I would say probably rubber down is going to be the best racing for all. If it's really slick and it doesn't take rubber, that's where you'll see the dirt guys shine. I think early on, if it's got some moisture in it and pretty tacky, I think there'll be a lot of guys that are, good enough to figure that out. As it slicks off and you got to get a lot more throttle control, I think that's where the dirt guys will shine. And as it gets rubber, it'll be more of a all-around racetrack for everybody.
Well, Tracy, I hope for the best for you. I think it's going to be a great show. I know that all the fans across the country have been waiting for this race for a long time. Everyone hopes that it doesn't disappoint because expectations are so high. I guess there's no way around that. Do you feel any pressure, to put on to a great show?
No, I think, I haven't really heard many in my background worry if it's going to be a big show, good show, or great show. I think they just want to see the show.
Right.
It's just the anticipation of waiting to see NASCAR series, one of the 3 upper echelon of the series beyond dirt. I think it's just, in lack of better terms, just going to be cool.
Absolutely cool. It will be. Tracy, thanks so much. We appreciate you spending time with us. And like I said, best of luck Wednesday night. We'll be rooting for you, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Well, there you go. That was Tracy Hines, and we will be rooting for him, no doubt about that. So
he's your odds-on pick. He's your pick for Eldora, right?